pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carl?
You can be seated.
All right, I'm gonna open up the public comment section. Please welcome up to the podium, 5 minutes, state your name and address. All right, thanks,
Yeah,
Peter.
you got a speaker. Try to close it.
Peter Elder, 59 Dunning Avenue. I'm just gonna, every once in a while, I come up and give you a periodic update on what the Historic Preservation Commission is doing. So I will do that today. We have a lot of exciting things happening later on this year. June-ish timeframe, we're gonna be doing a presentation on the, which is actually done. We're just getting the final details organized on the role of the trolley and the train in Webster's history. It's very interesting. We're going to hold it at the Harmony House, and we're looking forward to a great attendance on the Sunday that we're doing it, so people can get a better idea of what happened in the village in those days. A lot of people concentrate on Main Street, but just so everybody knows, Main Street existed because of all the commerce that happened down there. So it's one of those kind of forgotten histories that we want to bring back up, talk about it a little bit, and I don't know, it was like, I think Jake and I were out in the road this was a good thing. We were both looking at the road one time, and the state had resurfaced it a little bit. You can still see trolley tracks underneath Main Street. And we were actually looking at that. It was pretty interesting and pretty cool. So we want to make sure that we kind of capture that history, so that's happening. One of our members is also taken up working on our QR code project, which is a slow project where we're hoping to get it accelerated a little bit, where we are putting QR codes in windows in businesses on Main Street, so that you could just go along, take your phone, scan the QR code, and get a history of that building. So we're going to start with the north side of West Main. Like I said, it's a project that's going to take probably a couple years, but our goal is to be able to have basically self-guided walking tours. So you can just start at the corner, keep going, and then learn a little bit more about the buildings, the blocks, and their history, and it'll get you right to the site. We're also going to put like a little narrative as well, but you can't really do justice to it, writing it up, but you can, if you scan the QR code and go to the website, you can read all about it. So we're working on that as well. We have a lot of, also the historic surveys continuing. If you do happen to see people coming around on the sidewalk taking pictures of your house, don't get worried. They're doing that because they want to make sure that the village is in a position to be able to get the historic survey done for our homes and our businesses. The goal ultimately is for the village to hopefully become an historic district, which does not in any way impact anyone's ability to take care or do anything to their home, but it does give you some great tax advantages. So we're looking to maybe help with that situation. If you're in any place in the village where your house is over 50 years old, you can get tax credits not only from what you do on the outside of it, like putting up a porch, or on the inside of it, like doing some renovations. So we're working on that as well. And finally, about a month or so, we're going to be applying for a Pomeroy grant, which is for historic markers. So we're looking to do this program a little bit at a time. But if you look at the Main Street right now, you see all those markers out there, like in front of the or south of North Avenue. You see like the Baptist Church marker, or the one in front of the Grange, for instance. Well, there's a lot of other buildings we want to recognize. For instance, the Methodist Church on the corner of East Main and Curtis. So we're going to be looking at a slow rollout of a process to get more and more of those markers to identify these historic structures in the village. So we're working really hard to try to make sure we capture and keep our historic treasures here. But I just want to make sure you know that we're continuing to work on that project and keep you updated. So thank you.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you. When's that trolley?
I think we're planning on it like right at the end of May, because May is Historic Preservation Month.
Okay.
And we'll come back and ask you guys to do a proclamation for the month and all that too. So, but it's right around that time of year. Plus, that time of year, people come out on a Sunday. Right now, if you get a snowstorm, they're not coming out.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Very cool, thank you. So we have no one else this evening. We'll close this portion of the comment. And move into village board business. So we're looking for a motion to approve the claims and warrants. Mike and I looked over them this evening. I don't know if the rest of you have a chance to look at them. I did have to pick Mike up off the floor when we looked at the RG&E bill.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Heather, please turn the lights down during the day and stuff.
And turn them on, the
I mean,
computer's
you
off
already
at
don't
night.
have heat on our heat, that's not fixed yet, so.
Did anyone else have any questions? Yeah, but out of the 12,000, 9 was delivery. 2 was actual, 9,000 was delivery charge. I mean, that's gotta be robbery.
We got burned at our house, too. It doubled. For just me and Jody, it's over $400.
So I would ask for a motion. No one has a
I'll
motion.
make that motion. I'll second.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Morenzi?
Aye.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
So we're looking for a motion to authorize the deputy mayor to sign an agreement with the state of New York Forward Small Project Grant and sign any other documents to facilitate the implementation of this grant.
No question.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Mike.
I'll second.
Trustee Morenzi?
Aye.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Alito?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Code enforcement.
No, I apologize, we had some technical difficulties getting the report to you guys, but it looks very similar to the last one. There
It's
was
not in the packet if you're looking for it.
It's not
couple
there
of new
yet.
businesses that came in. Building 199 at Xerox is the new business called Echelon Energy. They're leasing that space. Village Barber Shop went in at 14 West Main. New restaurant is going in at 3 West Main called Tabbouleh. It's a Mediterranean restaurant. They're working on their engineering right now.
Eastman. 3 Eastman?
East Main, yes, sorry. 38 Commercial Street was approved for an auto body and sales. Just a small business there. Xerox, there was a minor subdivision at Xerox, one of the parcels that Tessie owns was subdivided off. And Coriglio's finally got their permit.
Wow.
Do they have an open date?
Let's get through the inspections first.
So Chris, we got a car dealership going
Yeah, so at 38 Commercial Street, do you remember what the name of the business was
It
up
was,
there?
they had issues in that business before.
Like
38 Commercial? Yeah, the
It's on the north
medical
side,
facility.
just
Wait,
before
you
where
wanna
the
know-
firehouse
Do you wanna
was.
know the name of what's there now, or what the new business is gonna be?
what the new one is.
So-
He currently operates in Williamson or Sodus, I forgot.
Yeah,
He's out in Wayne County, and I think it's like Empire Auto or something like that, but he's not gonna use that because he's gotta get a DBA in Monroe County, and somebody's already got Empire Auto. So he doesn't have a name yet.
I was there.
So, but it's really not an auto dealership.
Okay, it's a repair.
He gets late model cars from, that have been in collisions, fixes them up, and then people, it's not like it's open to the public, it's, people come by like appointment or something to buy the cars.
And I saw him at the,
And he's only gonna have, he said, something like 15 to 20 cars there at a time.
Okay. So that got through the zoning board?
yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
did, yeah, it's there.
I see.
It's own industrial, so it's
Yeah.
permitted use.
I got it.
Yeah, that's about all I had.
What's the business for sale?
The business for sale.
15 East Main?
Oh, that was Kiss Me Cookie.
Okay.
We had some interest, but nothing has materialized yet. Somebody wanted to come in and put a restaurant in, but they have not gotten back a hold of us. So
And any idea on the coach and ballpark, what do you think?
he's thinking April. Yeah, it's starting to look pretty good in there. We were in there yesterday. So he's coming along pretty well.
Does anyone have any questions?
So 150 South Avenue is,
I just saw that too.
payment for grass growing.
Oh, yeah,
And that big
It's on
trailer that's in the backyard.
yeah. He's unresponsive. We do a better job of reaching out to him.
I've been there a long time.
Yep. I think every year it's been an issue with his grass too. He's been in there multiple years.
Yeah.
So we cut it again this year and he has not paid that bill, so it's gonna get levied on his taxes.
All right, thank you.
Sure thing.
Don?
I don't have any.
That leads it to our village clerk.
I really don't have anything other than to, just let you know that I've been working with Marcia and for the budget. And we've been all kind of going over Zoom and she's been coming in and, so our first scheduled workshop will be and I have, there's nothing on it, it just says budget workshop. But it's scheduled for, next Tuesday at 6. And then the following one will be the 10th at 6 o'clock. So Jake unfortunately has Advocacy Day Tuesday. Right? That's what it's called.
Yes,
So-
I just didn't understand the unfortunate part, so I get to know it.
Because you won't be here, obviously.
But it isn't
So-
unfortunate in his view.
Oh, okay, sure. So we've been working on getting numbers and asking, I've been reaching out that normally stuff that, Danielle would do. So I'm trying to figure out stuff that she would have asked, so we're doing our best. We're gonna meet with Marcia before, so that we can get as much information on Jake as possible. So we'll kind of might be brief, the first one, and the second one will have a lot more concrete info. All right, and then, and I apologize for not sending this out, but we did make the offer to the treasurer, and he has accepted, and he is starting on Monday. So thank you so much for that, and,
Finally got one.
yeah,
That's good.
So that did spark some conversation, so I think if there is a need for a quick response, to make it easier on you, some of us during the workday are not on village email and can't be on village email.
right,
If you use a text message, we'll put it all in it, you can at least get some responses.
oh, I appreciate that,
And that may not be the most perfect example, because to Don's point, last meeting, providing extra week paid vacation is financial, and it would need
okay, I apologize.
the board to.
We had,
Later.
offered that, and that, I'm sorry, because it,
No, nothing we start out with.
no.
It's always about learning, right? Learning.
Absolutely.
Next time.
Because I had done that with prior, treasurers, because currently, and I'm glad you brought this up, because I was hoping that we could change the handbook a little bit, because it still reflects what the union contract says, so that you don't get any vacation time for a whole year.
Right, and I agree with you, and those could be good topics to put in workshop agendas, but to my point was, the statement was made that, oh, for this type of position, we usually give an extra week. And my point was made, if you're the janitor, or the secretary, or Jake's job, benefits should be the same. In my, you know what I mean? So there's no position that deserves more weeks paid vacation than the other.
Well, technically, I should have even offered the 2 weeks then.
Correct, well, correct. And we have a book that says what we should be doing, we should be following that.
Okay.
I agree with you, it needs to be addressed,
I'm sorry.
100%. No, don't be sorry about it.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry about it. The good news is we've got a potential new candidate out of this, and
Yeah.
we're excited about him, so.
And I had already signed him up for Government Accounting 101. He has obviously accounting, but, and I was able to, I called the Office of the State Comptroller's office, and I was able to get him in for the first week. So,
Great.
it'll be the 4th and 5th, it's over Zoom, but
Okay.
So that's great. And then hopefully, Suzanne will be back from Florida, in a month or so, and then, she can fill in some training gaps that I might not be able to. Which I think we'll have to, the contract we have didn't end, I don't think, I'll have to double check that. I'll get back to you with that.
Good news. Anyone else have any thoughts on it? Good.
Change that rate or do that?
Oh, so something else I kind of came up with before Mayor Myers left. After COVID, we stopped getting requests to rent this room, and we had talked about it at one point to, kind of revisit the cost on the fee schedule, because with our new equipment, you know, the current deposit's like $100, and I'm not an expert on this by any means, but I thought that they would only be, if there was any damage, they would only be up to that $100, the deposit. So if anything happened with the new carpet, and luckily we haven't really been asked too much. And then it's been a little crazy with, you know, how things have been going in the office, but we did start getting a couple new requests. So I was hoping at a workshop we could talk about how you would like to structure the fees.
Yeah, I don't think the fees need to be astronomical at all.
No.
Because they already pay for it. And, I mean,
Of
there's a
course,
public.
Well, but it's not just, it's non-tax taxpayers as well, outside of the area. We don't have it in there that it can't be someone.
Right, but you could have a different fee structure for that.
And we do,
Yep.
yes,
And
of
that's how I
course.
think we would manage that.
Okay, so just like maybe the deposit, and we did do a little bit of, and I can bring this all to you later, but we did a little look at similar rooms, and we're definitely a lot, it's $15 for the room. I worry about the rug, but that's really the board's decision.
Yeah, I mean,
You should have a written rental agreement,
yeah.
and the rental agreement will cover
We-
damages caused by
Right.
their negligence. It's
So-
not limited to what the security department.
Right, that sounds right.
So I'll resend that out to you.
Right.
'cause
And then
It's
with
very basic.
all some of this money sitting in our
Oh,
fund
yeah.
balance, whatever, I think we should address the bathrooms.
Oh, yes, I had already, talked to Marcia about, and I wanted to ask you about the other thing we talked about the front counter. So.
Yeah, we're ready to do that. And then I think we would have to come up with a plan, and if Jake's, heavy winters, other things, it's challenging for them to do so. So what's the plan for like keeping everything clean? Those carpets folded up in the corner were there last week, they're still sitting here tonight.
Oh, we borrowed them for the events.
Right, but they're
I'm
just
sorry.
piled up in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah, sorry.
So, yes to this is a good idea, but then we have other things that are gonna, for renting this out, it needs to be
Absolutely.
a little bit better.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because I let Marcia know that that's our plan, because both you and Mayor Byers had said that list of items that we wanted to tackle, so that was on it, and I told her that we were gonna get quotes to update the bathrooms, and then, so.
I would love to if Jake wants to.
Yeah, that was in
The break room,
That's certainly something I'd like to discuss,
yeah.
because if it's gonna be used for quite a while, then yes, if it's,
Yes, I got you, I know where you're going, yep, I got you. Okay.
But you had said maybe that might be a good idea to at least update it so that it could be used for other purposes as well.
Well, true,
Okay.
but you just have to, yes, that's a good point.
Okay.
It'll be used in some capacity, what, we don't know. Okay.
And then, I had told you that with recent concerns with security, that we were hoping, we have the money, we were hoping to, ask the board members if they would be willing to pass a resolution tonight, or if you want to think about it for a little bit, about enclosing the front counter. I did start to get some quotes, and so they would put a door there. We had Nick come out, and he was gonna look at the bathrooms for us too. Mooney?
yeah. I think the bathrooms were in the budget this year.
I think so,
I
right?
believe they're in the current budget. But I don't know, because
Closing the front counter.
that was not, I don't.
How are you gonna close the counter?
We were gonna, if we did that, we were gonna take that out of unreserved fund balance.
Yeah. What's the idea though?
There's two ways you can build in front of the counter, or you can build off the the top of the counter, so we've done it many times, just build from the counter up to the ceiling, have a sliding door or whatever. Just so it's a little more secure. For the-
To keep it cost efficient, Nick had suggested, and we're gonna get obviously get 3 quotes, but, he had suggested to keep the counter that we have, so that can be a little cheaper. He said we can refinish just the countertop a little bit, so that it looks a little bit updated. And then, he came and asked what we thought, and so I'll of course bring that to you guys, but we wanted to, where the computer is, I don't know if you can visualize that, I'll bring pictures and stuff. Keep that as, drywall, and then, the rest would be windows, and then the corner where we have the little, like papers and stuff, that could also be drywall. And then the other side of the counter would still have the windows. One side would have just a slip under, and the other side would be able to be opened. And then a door.
Did you mention, so when people build walls and windows and doors, they always forget, it also affects your cooling, heating, visual, your emergency stuff, your smoke sprinklers, all those things have to be paid attention to.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't know if this will be the case here,
Okay.
but you always have to make sure the heat balances, there's returns and all those things that, no one ever thinks about it, but you put a wall up and it changes it, and you guys may have already looked at it and maybe, may not, but just
We
something
only
to keep
had
in
one
mind.
person come, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, good stuff, that's it?
So is it okay, I don't know what we need to just, I'll bring you quotes for the next.
Well, yeah, we don't need to make a motion for you to get quotes
get
to
quotes,
do it, we just need 3 quotes and then
Okay,
at least 3 and we'll get them.
thank you.
But you got something to say, I see it.
That's a lot of nothing. You said you didn't have anything.
Sorry.
Well, I instigated a little bit.
No, that's, I just got a few things, we've been working on the budget as well. Normally it stops snowing for half an hour so we can get together and talk about it, but this year it hasn't been very helpful. But we did meet, as you know, we put out an RFP for consultants for the Fast New York project and grant. We did meet, go over the results of that RFP and how one day we did interviews of 3 of the 5 consultants, and I think we have a recommendation for a consultant. I don't know if the non-selected entities have been notified yet, so I'm hesitant to.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, it just,
I was curious about that. So just so you guys understand, there's 2 people from the town. Leanne from WIA and Jake and I were on this committee. So like Jake said, we had a really good process. We rated them all based on information, all separately, pulled that information together. And from that meeting, we narrowed it down to the 3 top candidates, which then we sent that to them, and they came and did live presentations in this room to all of us. And then we had discussions after that, and we made a decision with one of the companies, and that's it. Then obviously they'll need to get a proposal together, and then it has to come to this board to be voted on for the amount. But that's what we did, and I'm assuming you guys know it's Phillips Road, Boulder, Panama, Chiota, Orchard Street, which will be in that whole transportation restructure, so. What else you got there? What else did I miss? Anything?
No, I think it's perfect. That was a joint project. WIA was actually the grant recipient. It was a joint project between WIA and the town and the village all together, working together. And you mentioned the Boulder, Chiota aspect of it to the towns, and the Panama Orchard, the multimodal trail, things that are the village's aspect of that grant. So I'm looking forward to getting that going. The only other thing I have is we have a community development block grant that we apply for every year. This is the grant agreement or the contract agreement from last year's. They were just notified, I think I said something at the last meeting, that the county had actually bumped it up from $55,000 to $80,000, our award. And this is for doing some cured in place pipelining on Wood and Sherwood, kind of a continuation we did where it went through the woods from Iroquois Street to Wood Street and down a little bit. This is gonna pick that up and take it all the way to West Main Street. Just kind of a continuation of our our efforts to grout. We've been grouting sewer lines for 30 years or more. This is, kind of an enhanced treatment of grouting. It's actually making a new PVC pipe inside of the main. So they do it right there. They have some bypass pumping, but we've done quite a bit of it now, and utilize the community development block grant funds to do it. Years ago, we did water lines with CDBG funds. And then, once we got rid of the water department, we kind of switched over. We're doing mostly sidewalks. And the map moves around every year, what places are eligible to do it. This year we looked at it, and the best option we had, this is a new one, is to do cure replace pipelining of a section of Sanford Street, Pierce Street, and West Main Street. We're looking at doing some of those. That's what we applied for this year, which builds off of this, which is what they just notified us that they increased for us. So basically, just looking for authorization for the mayor or deputy mayor to sign this agreement with the county for the community development block grant for $80,000. The project amount didn't increase, and that was budgeted for in this current budget cycle. So we're actually just, it's going to increase the revenue side of it. So.
So,
That will be digital.
digital,
Yes. So it's through, unfortunately, it's through
I saw that.
Monroe County. I just explained it's a,
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so it would be authorization for the mayor to sign it, which you can do remotely, because it's all electronic signatures. So, yes, thank you.
So let me know if he doesn't sign it.
yeah, we can give you the login to, or,
That's fine. If he can do it digitally, that's fine.
okay. It's all through, what's it called?
Contract HQ.
Contract. So sometimes we can't even
If
download
Daryl
the
doesn't,
contract.
let me know.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Trustee Abolito?
Aye.
Trustee Lauer?
Aye.
Trustee Belkane?
Aye.
Trustee Morenzi?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And then next meeting, I'm going to ask for the, see if we can put it on the agenda for the seeker for, actually two of them. Do the
March
seeker-
12th?
Yeah, if we could, do the seeker for the year 50, the one that we just agreed for to sign the contract for, and then year 51, the one we just applied for, might as well get it out of the way. It's all type 2, because it's just rehabbing a pipe in place and there's no disturbance, but it's a formality we have to go through, so we might as well we'll get them both done while we're thinking about it if we can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other business, serial bond interest payment for bond obtained in 2012 will be made in the amount of $6,793.75 on or about the 15th of the month of March.
And I just want to have to,
You just look on this.
yes.
Does anyone have any other village board business? Anything else we
Hey,
discuss?
I got one for you.
Yes, sir.
What's the status of the signs?
Yeah. The signs are safe in the garage until it stops snowing,
Okay.
and then they will be going up.
Nice.
They've been in a crate there since, I think, right about before it started snowing.
How do they look?
They look good. Yep, they look really good, so,
Can they see
Does
them?
Callister make them, or?
yes. That was great.
Yep,
Yeah, it's everything
down
else.
the road, yep,
Yeah. Anyway.
that way. Can they, is it something they could see? Are they like, where are they?
They're over near the toolbox, in that old roll top desk that everyone has in their garage.
I feel like it makes them guess it, but.
No, we do have a roll top desk.
Okay.
So, been there a while.
Village board, as Heather said earlier, workshop March 3rd and Tuesday, March 3rd, 6 o'clock, and then the following week, Tuesday, March 10th, 6 o'clock as well, for a budget review. And Jake won't be here.
And one more thing I forgot, I don't know if you brought it up, but New York Forward, there's really 4 different components of the New York Forward. There's a small grant, there's the gateway and wayfinding, there's the Veterans Park, and then there's the marketing piece. They all have an individual contract. We started meeting just today with, hey, here's what the contracts are that the Department of State had sent out. So we've got to forward those around, everybody take a peek at them, and there's a process for going through them. And there's packets that have to go back for them to, there's a submission that has to go back for them to review, and then finally execute that, the agreements for each one of them. So we're gonna be sending those along, to everyone to look at. I mean, it's their draft, I'm assuming. That's probably pretty close to what it's gonna be, because they're the ones giving us the money, so probably have to look and see what they have in there, but that'll be coming up probably the next, I would say, probably the next meeting, like the 12th or the 26th. I'm assuming maybe the 12th on that, so it'll be coming along as well.
And you said they're all separate agreements.
Yeah, yep, they did, you just did the small project one tonight.
Yeah.
So then there's 3 more on top of that that are gonna be the veteran, like I said, the Veterans Park, the Gateway and wayfinding, and the marketing one.
Okay.
And you're gonna look into the rest of these things that need to be signed.
Yes.
If no one else has any other board business, I would entertain a motion, close the meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.